Well, I have the famous Alice Leonard with me, and we both got the email, obviously, because we both. Except I don't have a shirt on, but at least I've both got blue on.
Blue.
Actually, I heard Alex at the Michael Jackson villa, which is where you were playing the piano, and you're very well known, actually, very well known in Vegas with what you do. Do you like it?
Vegas?
What you do.
Oh, I like what I do.
Both.
We're going to talk about
Both.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
No, I love what I do, but I also love Vegas. Absolutely love Vegas.
There's so many people that love Vegas. Why?
We're in a lounge. I'm from New York City.
Okay.
We don't have lounges. We have muni meters.
Well, you used to have lounges in
We used to have lounges. Now we have parking meters and bike lanes, and we have, here where we are now at the Peppermill Lounge.
Yes.
I walked in. When you walk through the door, there's a fire pit.
Yes.
It's like the Pink Panther in 1963. Do you remember that movie?
Of
Claudia
course,
Cardinelli,
yes. Pink Panther.
Robert Wagner.
Remember that?
And Robert Wagner, David Niven, they were all sitting around the fire pit. And when I walked in, it's like 1963. I love it. I love the style of Las Vegas. I love the people.
I love being here. And of course, as you mentioned, we're at the Peppermill Lounge on Las Vegas Boulevard. They actually are our sponsors because we've been here. They sponsor us, and we've been here for 4 years. 4 years this November. So we're very, very lucky. And yes, it is beautiful. It's
absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. I'm surprised they don't have a piano bar in here, though.
Well, yes.
But they have a fire pit.
They have well, it's a start. But yes, I wish they had a piano.
Maybe talk to the manager, Peggy. Peggy's fabulous.
You
never know.
Yes.
Maybe they'll turn one of these booths into a piano bar.
We need more piano bars. We need more cabarets. We need more live music. New York used to be the scene of entertainment.
This is Alex's bucket list for Las Vegas.
Yes.
More lounges.
More lounges, more cabarets, more piano bars. That's all. I'm a simple man.
You're simple. We used to have those here.
That's what I was going. She said we used to have those here.
We used to have all these. Remember Louis Prima? I mean, I'm dating myself, but who cares? Doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
But he was in a lounge, and there was Keely Smith in a lounge, and there was also the Caesar's Palace always had something going, and we kind of lost that. So how do we? I know it's because of the corporations that I do realize, and they don't. It's not that they don't understand how an entertainment place is, but that's how it is.
I agree. I don't know. I guess there's a number of reasons for it, not least of all the culture changes and people's antennas are up to a different style of music, and of course DJs and all of that is very big right now. It's a tradition though that I associate with Las Vegas, the lounge. But I have to tell you, I'm from New York, and how many clubs have closed in New York that used to be the cabaret rooms and just what we're talking about. But there's, although there's still a little scene in New York, I mean, it is New York City. When I come out here, the vibe of the clubs and the people and the musicians, and there's still a lot of rooms around town, maybe not in the monoliths, maybe not in the big, hotels, but in around town, you find an audience of people who love Cole Porter and Irving Berlin and George Gershwin, and that quality music and entertainers.
Well, the Tuscany has a place.
I was there last night. I worked at the Tuscany.
Really? The Tuscany, actually, I was celebrating Kelly Holmes' birthday, Kelly Holmes' wife. Absolutely gorgeous woman, oh my goodness. And she had her birthday party there, and they had the singing and everything going on. So that's a nice little place.
Yeah. Oh, it's
so there are a few places around town that we really must, go to and create.
And I want to say thank you to the Tuscany for having that music there. Yes. And I was there last night with Laura Schaefer, and I've worked with Nick Mastrangelo, a few people that have that work in that club. But I was just there last night, and I think about it often. Places like that, like the Tuscany, that continues to have that kind of music, that has the standards and the beautiful bossa novas and the swing tunes, and an audience that loves it. So I think that in the bigger hotels and the bigger casinos, maybe it's just younger people that are running the business. Maybe they don't understand the value in that music
know,
and
but
that.
it's I think if we create it and bring it out more, and we ask for it, or maybe go there and suggest, because they at the what is it? The hotel used to be the Hilton. What is it now? The Wyndham. What's it called? West.
I think it's an ATM now.
Westgate. It's the Westgate.
Yeah.
The Westgate. They've got a nice little cabaret room there, but I never see it open that much. But they have a place outside now, so there is a lot of different entertainment.
And I have to tell, when you see younger people, because I think a lot of the thought is that, well, younger people won't resonate with the standards and Cole Porter and. But you see younger people walk by, they sit down, it's retro to them and it's cool to them and they love the style of it. So maybe things come around again and I'm hoping there'll be more of it. Maybe we'll start it here at the Peppermill. We'll get a cabaret room.
But Vegas is kind of the entertainment and music industry of the world. I mean, isn't it? It is here, isn't it?
And I have to tell you too, you mentioned Kelly Clinton Holmes. And the musicians, the singers, the performers out here across the line are the sweetest people you'll ever meet in the world. They are adorable. Everyone has, because again, I come in from New York. I come out maybe twice a year and I'll play at different clubs, different venues. One couldn't be nicer and more helpful than the next, and the quality of musicianship is incredibly high. So I love to have this as part of my life. It's beautiful.
And I think I think a lot of the older music is actually coming back. I think a lot of people want to hear it and see it. And it's like I've just had this young girl on.
She was amazing.
She's only 19 and she's got her own business, Heart Entertainment, and I'm like, wow. And she's so articulate of how she speaks. And then she said to me, I wish the interview had been a little longer. She says, I've got a lot more to say.
Good for her.
And she actually said, I'm very shy and I don't know what to say or do. Well, really?
She's very genuine. Just
very
beautiful,
genuine,
beautiful.
yeah.
Well, I think you're right about that music. And the thing I think about that sets the music of the Great American Songbook apart is the structure and the craftsmanship of that music. Just like, and I use this analogy, when you go to a museum and you see a Greek statue and you see this perfect figure, now nobody ever looked like that, even back then, but it was this ideal of life, the ideal. And you hear that in Rodgers and Hart, and you hear it in Porter, and you hear it in these great songwriters, this ideal, this aspiration, and that I think still touches people if they take the time to hear it, if they're exposed to it.
Understand the lyrics.
And those lyrics.
And just the way they play the instruments and everything. It's such, you have to really, no pun intended, but you have to tune yourself in.
You have to, the antenna has to be up, and we have to start with kids when they're young. I have a friend of mine, I used to teach a little bit at Arcadia College, which is out in Pennsylvania, and we had a chairman there, and he was on a crusade to get young people to be exposed to this music, to hear Cole Porter, to hear the Harry Warren, to hear the great songwriters. They need to be exposed.
They need to expose, but the problem they had, I don't know if it was all over across America, but in California, they took all the communications out, all the music and everything out of every school. So I used to try to bring it back in again. So what have you got coming up?
What have I got? Well, I go back to New York tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I'll be doing an event at Sardi's in New York. I have a number of things. It's still there.
Still there.
I'll be at St. Peter's Church. They do a midday jazz sometime at the end of November, beginning of December. I have a website. I kind of forget where I'm going to be. It's Alex Leonard, AlexLeonard.com. And that's where you can find out where I am.
Where you are, Martin.
Yeah. And then I try to get to Las Vegas as
often as you can. So you need bookings in Vegas?
Yes, I need bookings.
He needs bookings in Vegas. All right, we'll get them. We'll get them for you. Thank you, Alex.
You're a darling.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
And this is what Vegas Live with Ninon does. We bring in our performers and we get them out there so people know that they're here, they want work, and they want to, stay in the industry. And of course, where's a better place than Vegas? Don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe to Vegas Live with Ninon. Because of all of you out there, we are where we are, which we're building and building and building. So thank you all to all my audience out there. We'll be right back with another guest.